It seems today that all you see is it's violence on movies and sex on TV. Yeah. But where are these
good old fashioned values
on which we used to rely? Luckily, there's the Joystick show to take you out of your life for 1 hour a week. Do you like that, right?
I like that. That was
only
a good
7
intro.
months and we have an acceptable intro.
All right, put music behind that.
Yeah, right.
We got something.
Welcome to the Joystick Show, guys.
Welcome.
Here for episode 27.
That's the number.
That's the number. And if you stuck around to the end last time, then you know that this episode is going to be the Family Guy episode. Before we get started, make sure to go ahead and subscribe down below, and make sure to like if you like us. That's kind of
for
the whole
sure.
Gist.
And I would like everyone to make a comment
for sure
in the comment section.
What are they commenting, Dill?
They're commenting their favorite Family Guy joke or cutaway.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. We are going to be talking a lot about that today.
Yeah.
We got a fun segment in the middle that you guys can play along to because people love that shit. We're going to keep them coming along. So, before we get into this whole topic, what have you been up to besides watching Family Guy?
Oh, I don't know. A lot of YouTube content, consuming a lot of YouTube, mainly like iceberg videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where it's basically like the one I've seen recently that really fucked with me was like most gross out movies, like scarring movies.
Like Saw and that
So
kind of
it starts with Saw, and then it goes down to like Human Centipede,
shit.
and then it goes to like body horror type stuff.
I know a lot about this
and
shit
then,
for some reason.
Yeah. And then it gets into like, movies purposefully made to get like, illegal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
and then find and it's like, snuff people who like actually broke bones for the movie and who actually did gross stuff on camera, fetish stuff, and that's what it ends with.
I promise this is not the...
Yeah. Somehow this will relate to Family Guy. Yeah.
I only preface that because I have something very similar to talk about to this kind of weird thing that you're saying right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, please finish.
Oh, yeah, no. And it was just seeing all of the different videos and different niches of communities that are making icebergs. Because it's like some things don't need one. And people are like making one. And they're like, oh, here are the things that you don't know about. And it's like, well, that's different than like, it has to have some type of scale to it. Sometimes it doesn't really scale correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
That's cool, though. It's fun. No, I was going to relate to what you said because this week I ended up watching a movie and like a movie night with a gang of friends and my girlfriend called Creep 2.
All right.
I've never seen Creep 1.
No. It's a horror movie?
It is a horror movie. It's like a found footage horror movie about a killer who kills videographers.
Oh.
So that was fun to watch for me.
All
I was just like, oh, this is great. This is my fantasy.
Okay, wait. Is it from the point of view of the videographer getting murdered?
At some parts.
Okay, because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't watch the first movie. I'm not gonna talk about this whole plot. I'm not gonna spoil it. If you want to check it out, you can go ahead and check it out yourself. It's by Blumhouse, like they produced it.
Okay,
so it's a decent movie.
So it's solid.
You know who this guy is? I think his name is Mike or Mark Duplass, something like that.
Okay,
he's done a couple movies. He's like the main actor in the movie, and I think he wrote it too. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like I said, about a guy who stalks and kills videographers, and it kind of just what you were just talking about reminded me of that. And it
creepy.
It was super creepy. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just really haunting at times. Very disturbing.
Yeah, that's definitely not the type of movie that I look for.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm home, I'm comfortable. Why do I gotta do this?
Yeah. So
in theaters, it's sick though.
Yeah.
Like
I feel that
surround sound and that.
It's like, what's behind me? So besides that, I've been watching a lot of Family Guy.
Yeah, me too.
No.
Yeah.
Both in preparation for this and also just because great show, right? Am I wrong here?
Very, very solid. I didn't watch it from, I want to say 2013 on, maybe even earlier than that. I stopped watching it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But you know what? It was good.
Yeah.
It was very good while I was watching it. And have you just been watching everything?
So what's weird about me, right? I think I mentioned it before a couple times that I've been like falling asleep to it. But I'm weird, and I have like this. Granted, Hulu has every single season.
Yeah.
Of the show.
Okay, I do the bad thing and illegally get them. But
you said it, not me, bro. Cops just bust down the door that's already open. And
next week it's only you on the podcast.
You should like.
So Dylan got arrested.
You should like low-key close that door real quick. Just like real quick. Like nobody will know you were gone. Ready? Look at that. You're already back. It's crazy.
My hands aren't in the same spot.
Exactly.
Oops.
Whatever.
We should have.
Sorry about that. It's just in case my cat comes down for for cameo.
That'd be no. He could be the next guest.
Oh, for sure. He just his little head right there. He says nothing.
He just stands on the desk and unhooks everything. He's just like
starts biting on the wires.
Yeah.
Yeah, been watching that Family Guy. Like I was saying, I'm weird and I don't illegally watch the videos like Dylan. I have Hulu for that. But I'm weird in the sense that like I watch only like seasons 1 to like 9, I think.
Okay.
And I don't watch anything past that. And they have seasons 1 through 19.
Yes.
It's just more so like you said, there's a point where I stopped watching Family Guy. And because I'm weird, I have little to no interest in watching any of the ones that we missed.
Okay.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that might change.
Yes.
For sure.
Because we recently reviewed some, or at least one newer episode, and we're gonna get to that later on. But just to leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger, I loved it.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah. So you want to get this show on the road?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we mentioned it on last week's episode. Family Guy has survived 2 cancellations. Shit just keeps on trucking. Seth MacFarlane, just the incredible.
Was it not? I mean, I don't know if it was ever a phenomenon. I mean, it was a popular show.
I think it was a phenomenon.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay, because early on, I guess it didn't. It really didn't catch on right away.
There's that whole aspect of like just the fact that the show died, quote unquote, and the fans brought it back when the DVD came out.
Yeah,
like that's big for a show to come back strictly on DVD sales. In fact, I don't know if the record still holds. It might, but I remember reading a fun fact that like it still held the record for the highest grossing DVD sales of all time.
Yeah.
People
liked owning the episodes, and I mean, not as someone who had seasons 1 through 3 on DVD, I can tell you for a fact I watched those.
That's why when you mentioned it, I was like, that's interesting because you were probably one of the people who saved the fucking show. Yeah.
I would like to take credit. I'm the one who brought Family Guy back.
Did it.
My dad bought a DVD from Best Buy, and so we saved the whole.
You led the cause, Dylan. I'm so proud of you. Doing big things, buddy.
I would actually watch it because they would also have the commentary, and then like Seth MacFarlane and a couple of other people, like writers.
I've never seen that. That sounds dope.
And all of that, and they would just talk about how they wrote the joke, how they come up with it.
I want to get into that. Like
that was always my favorite thing to do whenever I had any of those things. It'd be like late at night or whatever, and I had a DVD player in my room.
I have theories about this, and I'm sure that'll clear that up.
Yeah, and sometimes they have like a guest who was on the show. Sometimes they have just like Seth Green doing it, but it was still cool.
Oh, but still, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. Love that shit on anything.
Yeah, I have so many theories that I am going to get to later about like writing and like joke theory low key, shit like that, because I'm interested in things like that. But I would love to get my hand on that commentary stuff, because I'm sure that would answer like. Yeah, I mean, I'm
sure there's like something on YouTube or something something like that. You can find it.
I gotta look through that iceberg, if you will.
Oh, that could be counted. That's hard to get.
Yeah. So leading into that, Dylan.
Yeah.
What is one of or your favorite episode of? I can't even fucking speak on any of these episodes. It's just the thing. Bobby can't talk.
I mean, is it? I mean, there's always like one, but there's never like multiple where you're just like you just struggle throughout the end. There's like one pinnacle, like
there's just like one sentence I can't ever say, and that's just how it rolls.
Yeah.
So let me try this again. Dylan, what is your favorite or one of your favorite Family Guy episodes?
Okay. Because I was looking through a lot of the episodes just on Wikipedia, which by the way have the most in-depth articles.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the show started. They're really fucking in-depth.
They have like reviews of people who wrote the episode the week it comes out. How good is it? How bad it is? Ratings.
There's trivia sections where they relate it to other episodes, where like things that are literally supposed to just be counted as jokes or like mentioned as fun facts and things like that. So.
And I was looking through, and I saw that a lot of the episodes I really liked were actually later on. So one I'll pick is, I think it's season 9.
Okay.
It was, and then there were fewer.
Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting that you bring this episode up. I wasn't going to bring this episode up, but I can talk a bit about it.
Yeah, because that episode, not only is it's modeled after like the whole thing, and then they all get,
and then there were none, Agatha Christie.
Yeah. Well, what happens is that it's one of the episodes that actually kills off several people
canonically,
in the whole in the
universe
show, and that's really rare that they just do that, and they're just like, oh, let's kill all these people off, and sometimes killing people off makes sense, like they killed off Carrie Fisher after she passed away, and she played
Angela.
Yeah, she played the boss.
Rest in peace, Mayor Adam West. Yeah.
Yeah, so they would kill those people off, but this was just like, all right, let's kill like 5 people off for no reason.
This bugs me the fuck out because I literally had this in my brain to talk about.
Yeah.
But I literally said at the last second, I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about it. And look at you, you just said everything that I wanted you to say. I was even gonna mention that, just the fact that it kills off characters like central to the show. Like I think, like James Woods, they kill off James Woods. They kill off Muriel, Mort's wife. But the bigger one, like Diane Simmons, like that was a huge one. And then for a while, it was just what's this guy's name? Tom Tucker.
Yeah, it was just Tom on the news.
And then they got in the blonde girl. What's her name? Joyce Kinney, I think it is.
I have no idea.
But yeah, that, like you said, that was like a really like crazy thing because those characters never came back. They were just like straight up dead.
Yep, dead.
And what's also very interesting about that episode is it was the first episode ever of the show that was in high definition.
I knew that as well.
And ever since then, it's been stretched out. It's not in the old box aspect ratio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, also, high def is that new. You know what I mean? It's like, wait a minute. All of these shows I watched were just fucking 480p.
Yeah, right.
It's like, why did I have a widescreen TV?
Exactly.
I had a widescreen TV for years.
You never cared until you finally see the difference, and you're like, there it is.
Oh shit! And now TVs look good.
Yeah.
And they're cheap.
It's funny. I've been watching a lot of WandaVision lately.
It's not there anymore.
And WandaVision. Oh yeah, no, the 55 inches. It's somewhere. It's hidden.
Oh shit.
No, I've been watching a lot of WandaVision. Promise won't spoil anything about it, but because we really want to talk about it. Just gonna see if this guy gets a chance to see it.
With my eyes.
The reason I bring it up is because WandaVision plays a lot with aspect ratios because kind of the gist with the show is that it's filmed to look like it's made in different eras. So when you watch it really old, it's filmed in like the box aspect ratio, but when things get serious, it goes to like the widescreen with the bars on top and on the bottom.
Oh, crazy!
And then when you're watching like just a regular 2000s episode, the black bars go away and it's just like regular high def. So it's really cool how they play around with the shape of the frame to tell you like where or what is happening in the story.
Oh, so yeah.
Like
so
almost what to feel. It's
yeah. And not only that, but it's structure.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what's coming, or maybe you don't.
Yeah. Sorry to get into an aspect ratio conversation. We're supposed to be talking about our favorite Family Guy episodes. But yes, and then there were a great one.
What's your favorite episode?
My favorite episode, it's one of the older ones. I don't know why I like it. Maybe it just speaks to me and what I feel about, making content. But PTV
is outstanding.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite episodes. It's the episode where there's a just real quick. I just find it hilarious. I also mentioned this last week how like Family Guy episodes start on like the weirdest thing.
Yeah, they never start on what the episode's about.
Exactly, and then they lead into it. So the episode starts with like David Hyde Pierce's dick popping out of his pants on like the Oscars or the Emmys or some shit like that.
Okay.
Which they don't show, but the whole joke is that Peter has to go to like a talent show and he ends up missing that moment or whatever. But after that happens, the FCC censors life or no, they censor all of television.
Yeah.
So Peter decides to basically start a television network where he makes whatever he wants, and then they censor life and all that shit. But part of the reason I love it is because of that great musical number.
Oh my
FCC,
God,
that's incredible.
I mean, it's one of the better. It's like one of my favorite musical numbers for sure.
We could even talk about that.
Yeah.
Just how many fucking musical numbers.
They just really went for that like show tune style, and I'm
all Seth MacFarlane. And I love it. It's cool. It's like I can't lie. I dig show tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't passionately love them. Say as like maybe like Joey would. It's not to say Joey's like headbanging to like I don't know Guys and Dolls right now or anything, but like he's an actor for musicals
he's into that,
stuff like that. But like I still like the songs and stuff. But it's really cool to see someone else who appreciates it use that method, that format, and use it like to make jokes and just to make
really good musical numbers about random things. Yeah, even if they're bad.
You have AIDS, like you clip that whole fucking thing, which they even reference in an episode that we're gonna talk about very very soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite episodes.
One of my favorites is when they do like a strict parody on another thing.
Like Star Wars?
Or just anything like that. Mm-hmm. I really like for example, one of my favorite episodes, I forget what it's called, but it's literally the plot of Taken, and they have to go save Meg.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that one.
Okay, that episode is incredible. So it's basically the entire plot of Taken. Mm-hmm. Meg goes on vacation, or she goes like overseas somewhere. Yeah. She gets abducted, is going into like, sex trafficking, and they get on the boat and have to save her.
Wow.
And it's like one of my favorite, and there's like 10 action scenes. They like, car chases.
Real quick, Family Guy's action scenes and action sequences. What the fuck?
They're animated beautifully.
For an adult comedy show, they're kind of like crazy.
Yeah.
They're like really good.
And I forgot this episode existed, and then I watched it, and I was like, yeah, this is one of my favorites. I think I have to go through season 2, season 3 more, because those are like, like you say, those are the ones you watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have to find that one. But though, I would say that's probably my favorite one.
Nice. Got another question for you, Dill.
Yeah.
Not your favorite episode, but who are some of the best characters on Family Guy?
Well, first, I would like to give shout outs to Family Guy for having the best cast.
Right?
Of like every
a
show.
Super solid
and
cast.
not only the cast, but just being able to land extra people that are also huge.
Yeah,
like Drew
right.
Barrymore,
who just want to come because they like the show.
And it's I could go on. I mean, we said Carrie
Patrick
Fisher before.
Stewart.
Whenever they do
whenever they get when they got Patrick Stewart to play the conscience of fucking Susie, Joe Swanson's baby.
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Perfect.
Like Sir Patrick Stewart.
They have him doing that. Yeah, and
Incredible.
They've had Ricky Gervais on the show.
Mm-hmm.
They've had like tons of people that just get on and they're like, of course I want to do an episode.
Uh-huh.
And even then when they do like, instead of doing an impression of somebody, they get the actual person who like they get Mark Hamill to do Luke Skywalker.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, they
awesome.
actually did it. But my favorite characters, I feel like Chris is very underrated.
I'd say so, yeah.
Chris is a little underrated. There's nothing really there.
He's not a star. He has his shining episodes for sure, and his shining storylines, but more often than not, he's definitely like there to provide a way out of left field punchline.
Yeah. His delivery is for sure like, that's his thing.
Yeah.
But then there's some episodes where you're just like, oh, this is a lot about Chris and him and stuff.
Yeah,
he has a lot.
yeah, he has some episodes. There's like the episode where he goes to that other nation in like Africa or South America. I don't know.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
The Peace Corps. That's what it is.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that one.
There's the episode with the evil monkey and the rock band.
Yeah. Evil Monkey, terrible character.
Right.
I hate Evil Monkey.
There's that episode where he like comes out of the closet finally and he's like, Chris, I'm just like a normal guy.
Yeah.
He finally leaves.
God.
Talk about running jokes.
Yeah, they really ran that one into the ground. I'm trying to think of who's your favorite character. Do you have one?
I have a favorite. So real quick, I actually think my favorite character now, looking back on the show, is either Brian or Stewie.
Okay.
I think one of those two are my
Stewie was
characters.
my favorite as a child.
Yeah.
And I think Stewie is very funny. The whole that he's gay thing is a little too much sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's funny.
I think what I'm trying to get at is like I agree with you with the Stewie thing. I think what I should honestly say is that Brian has actually come to be one of my favorite characters. Yeah. He's still super flawed. He's annoying and all that. I mean,
he's kind of
prideful and
he's
whatever.
Made to be annoying.
Yeah,
in that way.
I think what I like about it is the fact that he's like quote unquote written to feel or be like a representation of Seth MacFarlane, which is why he has like his normal speaking voice and all that
it's
stuff.
Not any.
He just kind of feels like every
variation.
now and then you need like that one grounded character. And he kind of provides that whenever he's not like drunk or doing something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
he always comes. He's like, hey, he's always like the question or like the down to earth person.
Exactly. He's kind of the one who's like in the mix of normalcy kind of, even though he's the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I like about Brian is like weirdly, even though he's the dog in the family, he kind of is like a third adult.
Yes,
it's not. It's like 3 kids and 3 adults. You know what I mean? He kind of obviously he acted as.
I mean, he's kind of like an uncle almost at that point.
Yeah, right. Like he's been like a threat to Peter and Lois's marriage in the past because he has affection for Lois, right? But at the same time, he's also been like a relationship guide for them as well and help them like in their struggles and
he's
stuff
also
like
a
that.
dog.
He's also a dog.
And so like whenever they do a joke when he's a dog, it's still funny and I don't know why. Like I think,
the same thing with like Stewie being a baby.
Yeah, like I shouldn't think that that's funny. Like just that like him in the car and barking at other dogs and I'm like, but he's an adult.
Like when he's trying to talk about something real serious and Lois is just like, want to go to the park? And he's like, yes. But I guess part of that is just because they're written so well that you kind of forget that they're not supposed to speak, or they're not supposed to be like.
I would say there's a couple of like, there's definitely some groups of people that stand out. Like for me, one of which was very supporting in the back, the newscast, which was Tom Tucker, Trisha Taranaka, and what's his name?
Diane Simmons and Ollie
Williams, which is like the best Cutaway character.
Hell yeah.
And you just you would just say one or two words.
Can we get anything? Waffle. What kind? Eggo. We got you, Ollie.
Incredible. But yeah, also a group that I think about that really stands packed is the Neighbors, who is Joe, Cleveland, Quagmire.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're definitely
even Herbert.
Yeah, which I don't know. I don't know if Herbert should stand out. Love Herbert, but
he loves Chris.
Yeah. For sure, with the dog.
So I was gonna save one thing, but that would, I'd say Brian is probably one of my favorite characters on the show. But I do think there's one character on Family Guy who stands out above the rest.
Yeah,
I think it's the funniest character on the show, and that's got to be, rest in peace, Mayor Adam West.
Oh, Adam. Every episode.
Any episode about Adam West, slightly about Adam West, or where he just comes in and says the funniest fucking line. Yeah,
there's some episodes where he'll only have one or two lines.
And it's great.
And it's always good, yeah.
I mentioned it to Dylan. We were watching an episode where they have to chase down Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd in that episode where they pretend to be spies. And he like says the 20 questions thing where he's like, let's play a game of 20 questions. Am I Bo Bice? Yes, I am. It's like so fucking dumb. Like,
and he's just the way he's portrayed, and they make him actually read the lines. And
it's Adam West.
He delivers them so, even though it's just voice acting, he delivers it so well. You're like, he's really into his lines.
Exactly. Like, you can tell he really likes to play that character. And I love it. It's great because he says some crazy shit sometimes. So,
and he's like, bought something more than I like taffy, and boy do I love taffy. And he starts eating taffy. Like for like a minute, you're like, what the fuck?
So you're annoying because that leads me into the segment, and that was one of
that
was one of the.
Did I already ruin the segment?
You ruined one of the 10 quotes that we were gonna use. So why don't we talk about the segment? We're gonna be doing a little game called. I already forgot.
Did you forget the name of the segment you coined?
I literally had to like talk to Dylan about this and like clear it because he didn't know about it. But yes, I've got it now. Ready? Get ready for Joystick's hottest new game. Who said what now?
Who said what now?
The Family Guy edition. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a list of Family Guy characters, 10 to be exact. Yeah. And then after that, I'm going to give you 10 really, really good Family Guy quotes from the show.
Yes.
Each quote that I give you will be attributed to one of the 10 characters that I tell you in the beginning, and it is your job to figure out who said the quote. Cool?
I'm ready.
It won't be multiple choice or anything. You just have to figure out who it is. And this specific version that we're doing, like the Family Guy edition, there's not going to be any copies. Every single quote will be different from a different character. It's not like none will be featured or like one will be multiple.
Every single person has one slot.
Exactly. So if you do Stewie's done. You're not going to hear another Stewie quote.
Okay.
And that's to help you guys at home as well. Cool? Do you have any questions?
I think I'm ready. I got a brain blast, Jimmy Neutron style.
Perfect. Can you pretend to ask me a question so I can look for a different Adam West quote really quickly? Just, ask me how my day is going.
Hey, Bobby. How is your day going?
It's going well, and I found a quote.
Awesome.
Ready?
I'm ready.
So let's do this. It was actually one of my secondary quotes anyway, so it's all ready to go. Let's start it off kind of easy. You ready?
All right.
Let's go with this one. Quote number 1. And I'm
Wait, what's the format? Are you just gonna give me the quotes?
I'm gonna give you I'm sorry, I forgot to give you the characters. You're right. You ready?
You're gonna give me the characters first.
Yes. Thank you for stopping me.
I was like, Bobby,
Dylan. It's because you fucking threw me off saying the taffy quote. I had it written here. Look, it's great.
That's your fault.
I love this job more than I love taffy, and I'm a man who loves his taffy.
And he pulls out the taffy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck you. All right.
With that memory, hopefully I can do good at this game.
I think you will. We'll see how well you do, and the people at home can compare their scores to you. Because people love to do that. All right. Quote number 1.
Bobby. Just cut it. Just cut your fuck ups, bro.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
The characters are
Yes.
the Griffin family, which comprises of Peter, Lois, the kids, Meg, Chris, Stewie, and of course Brian.
Okay, that's 6.
Their neighbors, specifically Joe Swanson, Glenn Quagmire, and Cleveland Brown.
Yes.
None of the wives or anything like that.
And then Adam West.
Or anything. And the last one is Adam West.
Okay.
So those are the 10 characters.
Okay.
Cool. Fantastic.
I got that.
Ready to get this started?
Yeah.
Finally get to quote 1. Woo! Woo! That was hard.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for being my rock, Dylan. Dylan just holds me down and makes sure that we get through the episode all right.
All right.
And closes doors. All right. Quote number 1. Who said this quote? When I stick this army guy up my nose, it tickles my brain. Ha ha ha, ow. Oh, now I don't know math.
I know that one. It's Chris. Okay. Next.
It is, yeah, it's, oh wow, you're just getting abrasive with that. You're like, next one, I got it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was right. I was going to make it suspenseful, you know,
okay.
I was going to be like,
dun, dun.
You are right.
I want it to be like Regis and the guest.
That was what I was going for. But
the lights would dim.
You just fucking knew it. You're going to use a lifeline.
Somebody coughs in the audience to give me the answer.
We talked about that. All right. Sorry. Yes, you're 1 for 1. Great job. Moving on to quote number 2. You heard him, fella. Take him off. Right down to the poop sack. What? You don't all wear a poop sack?
I mean, that's Joe.
Yes, it's definitely Joe.
That's like my favorite line.
I'm starting with some of the easy ones.
Yeah, these are definitely that's a good quote though.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to another one. You ready?
I like how you deliver a deadpan, so I definitely
I'm really trying not to do any like delivery things or accents or anything like that. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go for this one. Now, I may be an idiot, but there's one thing I am not, sir, and that, sir, is an idiot.
Peter?
Yeah, great job. Pretty good.
Nice.
That was when he was talking to the car salesman.
Woo.
Yeah. All right, nice job.
That sounded like Peter. I didn't.
All right, let's move on to quote number 4.
All right.
I gotta stop taking my baths during Peter's shenanigans.
It's Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland is known.
I specifically chopped off the part where he says, "Oh no, 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 no,
no."
Yeah, because that probably would have made it all too clear. But yes, very good. Nice, you're crushing this so far.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a little difficult here. Ready?
Ooh.
The secret to happiness is burying all your true feelings and living a life of bland compromise.
Can you repeat this?
The secret to happiness is burying all your true feelings and living a life of bland compromise.
Okay, I'm going to say you're trying to throw me off on this one. I'm going to pick Quagmire.
Sorry,
No?
that is wrong. Yes. The answer was actually Lois Griffin.
Okay. That sounds like something Lois would say.
Yes. My other Lois Griffin quote was, he's so right on. Women are such teases. That's why I went back to men.
Wow.
But I decided to go for the
I would have not. I mean,
the depressing marriage one.
Yeah.
Sounded about right.
That's a sad quote. Jeez.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next quote.
All right.
To learn more about drugs, visit your local library. There's probably a guy behind there who sells drugs.
Brian?
Ooh, so close. I'm afraid not. That was actually Stewie.
Well,
yes.
Do you know what episode he says that in?
So there's an episode about drugs, as there are a couple. I don't remember what specifically it is.
It's not.
But
is it the weed?
It might be, but it's the
legality
closer
one?
to that episode. It's Stewie in a chair, and he says that thing.
Oh.
Like in front of a fireplace, I think. Something of that nature.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
That's like the closer of the episode. So yeah, that was actually Stewie.
Okay.
All right. This next quote's actually one of my favorite quotes in the episode, but I don't
All right.
care. Actually, I'm not going to get to that one yet. We're going to do this one first.
All right.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it was the Noid who should have avoided me.
Adam West?
Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Remember that scene with the fucking Domino's Noid?
The
Beats
Domino's
the shit out of him, breaks
Noid.
his neck.
One of the best fight scene.
That's a pretty good one.
It's very good.
If not the Peter Giant Chicken ones. It's definitely Mayor Adam West severely breaking the neck of the Noid and then eating his pizza. All right, but this one is definitely one of my favorite quotes in the whole series.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just love this. I love the delivery, and it's hard not to say it exactly like it. Here we go. Crazy people living under a rock don't know wings. I love wings.
Quagmire?
Yep. I love that line so much. It's when he's like they're swimming in the brewery and he's talking about the old show Wings and nobody's ever seen it. And he's like, crazy people don't know wings, living under a rock. Love wings. I say that all the fucking time. Whenever my girlfriend orders chicken wings, I'm like, love wings.
It doesn't even apply.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You know, no, I do that too, yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Next one. You're all my bitches now.
Meg?
Yeah. You know what episode it's from?
No.
That's the episode when she comes back from prison. She's
yeah.
She's all thugged out. And Stewie,
that's a good one.
Stewie replies with, okay. And finally, our last quote, if you've been keeping up with the multiple choice, then you'll know who's coming up.
Yeah.
Peter, those aren't your kids. That's the Nick at Night lineup.
Brian said that?
Yes.
What episode was that?
It's another one of my favorite quotes. That is an episode. I don't remember the specific. Oh, I do. It's the. Fuck. You know what? I don't remember the specific episode. But the joke is Peter's talking about how they can barely raise their kids financially or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, with all the kids they have, and he says Peter, Chris. Not Peter. He says Chris, Meg, Stewie, and then he starts saying like Urkel, Bob, like all these different names for shows, and then he's like, Peter, those aren't your kids. That's the Nick at Night lineup.
Because he names Full House too.
And then he's like Chun-Li, E Honda, Ken. He's like, that's Street Fighter. Red, yellow, blue. Those are colors.
That's an early one. That's an early episode.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. So I think you were 9 for 10 on that one.
8.
You were 8. What did you?
I got 2 wrong.
Oh, you didn't get the lowest one?
No, I got the lowest one, and I didn't get the
Stewie one. Oh, damn. So you got 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So if anybody at home got more than an 8, congratulations. Post your score in the comments and see if you dethroned Dylan this episode. And we'll be back for another fun trivia-filled segment or just, fun-filled knowledge-based thing on the next episode.
Trivia's always good.
Yeah, but great job, Dylan. I'm proud. I knew you were going to do well at that.
Yeah.
It was actually hard because...
I just thought you were throwing me off with the lowest one. Like, I saw it, and I was like, this is like reason and level. I think it's someone not,
Lois doesn't have a lot of like standalone lines. I came to find out she doesn't have a lot of quotes on her own that are like memorable.
She doesn't. She's not the punchline a lot of times.
A lot of her
she doesn't say a lot.
Very reactionary to like things other people say.
And she sets up, and she that's her purpose.
It was actually really hard to find Lois quotes that weren't hard. They were all very difficult because like I said, the Stewie ones there were a ton. Peter ones. They were all Peter ones. Like most of them were like the 50 best Peter ones. So it was really easy to get those. Chris actually had a good amount of them. Brian had good ones. Meg was another character who does not have a lot of memorable lines.
I don't know. I think
couldn't find any.
No.
Again, with the Lois thing, they're very like reactionary, or just like since she's like the running gag is like she's the punching bag in the family. Yeah. A lot of it is like she says serious stuff that isn't really funny or memorable.
She's like, hey guys,
something stupid or something shitty happens, and then the whole thing just kind of goes to shit. So it was actually really hard to find quotes from those characters, yeah. But everybody else, Super Adam West, tons.
Millions.
And then another thing that was actually kind of annoying is when I was looking up the quotes, there was like a website who organizes them, but I'm pretty sure they're based on like how new they are. Okay. So I would have had to go through like pages and pages of quotes before I got to anything that we would have recognized.
Pull out a quote from season 15.
Exactly.
We're both just like
it has nothing
who
to
said
do
that?
with,
None of us. What?
We have no idea. But yeah.
I have a question. Job. I have a question for you.
You have a question for me?
Yeah.
What is that question, my friend?
What's your favorite cutaway?
That is a good question, man. It's funny because you were playing a specific one, the Will Smith one. And I totally forgot about that one. That is definitely one of my favorites.
Right before, because that's the one thing that I have. I think I have a favorite, but I was looking at run-on ones and other ones. I was like, do I have a favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I just have tons that are just locked. They live in my brain rent-free. You know what I'm saying? Another one I mentioned it on the last episode, though, Robert Loggia.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Robert Loggia.
Robert Loggia. Really like I don't know why I like it, but the episode, I don't know, the cutaway where they say that Peter went to go join that band, the Irish band that sings I will walk 500.
Oh my god, yeah, that
yeah. He starts fucking slapping the other guy. I don't know why I love that one.
It goes on for a long.
What about you?
Well, I think we watched this one together, but one of my favorites is Stewie trying out for American Idol, and they get the
like the whole thing.
They get the voices for all three of them.
Yeah. Where what I love about the cutaway, it's like him audition. Oh, all right, okay, like the whole audition, and then they even have the part where he like storms out and he curses them out. It's like a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, it's like a whole long thing. And that held a special place in my heart.
Definitely.
For sure.
What's another great cutaway? It's not a cutaway per se. I think it's more of a running gag. But anytime Spider-Man shows up, like
my god,
everybody gets one. And specifically the second one, everybody gets one. Tell him, Peter. Yeah. Apparently everybody gets one. Like that's great.
And he says, "Let's keep it that way."
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
I just saw this one, Butt Scratcher.
Butt Scratcher. My dad loves that one. My dad still quotes that to this day. He'll just say Butt Scratcher.
That's it. I mean, it's a classic.
It's so quotable, you know.
BET's Damn Nature You
Scary. I was
Scary.
gonna say it right now. I was gonna say Damn Nature You Scary right before you said the BET thing. I was gonna be like, just let him say that one, and then I'll say it. Fuck.
And then they also have the National Geographic one with the fire truck.
The fire truck, yeah. Oh man, there's so many great ones.
Jeez.
Oh man. Are you like looking through them?
Yeah, I'm literally scrolling. We should scroll. We should pull up a list of cutaways.
While I pull it up, an interesting topic of discussion. I watched a pretty interesting video essay recently about Family Guy. Figured I'd brush up on some knowledge before we got talking.
Yeah.
Came to find out that there's actually like a correlation between how many cutaways Family Guy started using and how stable their viewership was over the years.
And was it, can I just cut and say, was it because they did more? Or was it because they did less? It was because they did more.
It was because they did more. Over the years, basically every single episode was more jam-packed with cutaways as the years went on.
I cannot stop looking at that fucking video.
This one?
Yeah.
Can we watch
it?
Of
course. I've seen it. That was on every meme page. I was like, geez.
Incredible. But yeah, no, like I was saying, as the years went on, more and more episodes started to get jam-packed with more and more cutaways.
Yeah.
And that kind of came into what happened is people started to realize that the cutaways were more of like a crutch for the writers to rely on. It was less and less about the actual stories that were happening in the show, and it was more so like, let's think of funny cutaways that we could just throw in there.
And then setups and then callback.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really cool to watch that because it kind of gives like insight into not only that, but also where in the series it was the most stable, which was like, I think during seasons 5 through 9.
Yeah. And it was also it was the most popular
which makes
show
sense
because
because those were like the most arguably the most popular seasons, I'd say.
And so it kind of all lines up. And, you know, all of the ratings are available. They're like, damn, this week we did better than Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
And like that was their competitor.
Yep. Damn, that's another thing. Just how old that show is. When those are the other TV shows used to rival.
I mean, even when it got canceled, it was like, damn, bro, you lost to Everybody Loves Raymond or some shit, you know?
Yeah, right. It's fucking crazy.
Cutaways.
Cutaways, yeah, I know. My Google searches have been almost as bad as my speech on the podcast lately.
That one, that's the one I was looking at.
This one?
Yeah.
So. Oh, I just remembered a really funny one, the Chester Cheeto one. Neil Peart is the best drummer of all time. Where he like snorts cheese dust and then punches his glass table.
Yeah.
Racist Kermit the Frog. Oh yeah, that's the one reason the banjo. Why don't you come back the way you came?
That's that one was on the list of Alan Rickman's answer.
Alan Rickman, incredible.
Yeah.
Robert Loggia. I just thought of another one. I don't remember exactly what it was, but like Stewie wakes up after drinking one night, Stewie wakes up the next morning with like a note with a phone number in his pocket, and he's like, "Who the hell is RM?" And it cuts to Roger Moore in his house, and he's like waiting by the phone, and he like dials he's like, "Just wait, be patient," and then he's like, "Oh, I can't anymore," and he dials the number.
Yeah, and then he hangs up before it.
Yeah. Which one is this one?
Oh, he dead.
Oh, he did. Yeah. I don't know
the Colonel.
Peter narrates his own life. Oh yeah, that's a great one. Prom night dumpster.
That's
baby.
a cutaway.
Because it is a cutaway. He says something along the lines of like da 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 da, like a prom night dumpster baby, and then it cuts to the girl at the prom.
Oh,
yeah, remember?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, musical.
Probably didn't age that well, that one.
Yeah.
Black to the Future. Which one is this? I don't remember this one. A Family of Wasps.
That's an old one.
Oh, this is a classic. Officer Reese's. I think this is one of Joey's favorites.
Officer Reese's is good.
Oh, Peter's cereal message. This is the one where he's like, there's a message in my cereal, in my alphabet cereal. It says, ooh, Peter, those are Cheerios.
That's an old, that's season 1, I think.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Classic.
This is a perfect segue into the episode of Family Guy we recently watched, actually.
Wow. Yeah, we watched that earlier today.
So Dylan and I didn't feel right doing this episode without being fair and at least going to watch a newer episode of Family Guy.
Yes.
We were originally going to watch the last Road 2 episode that was released because those tend to be some of like the biggest, like they put a lot of production value
not to say extravagant, but definitely a lot of effort goes in.
Yeah, for sure. There's some of the
and
better
prep and
episodes.
Things like that.
But the last one, Road to India, didn't come out until 2016, I think.
Yeah, it was the end of 2016 it came out.
And to put it into perspective, Family Guy's still fucking on TV.
And there's newer ones.
Yeah, there's episodes from 2020, so we decided that we would stay real new to it and we would actually like watch a brand spanking new episode from season 19 of Family Guy.
And can I just say, on my TV, looks really nice.
Does it?
Looks, it looks nice. Very 1080p.
The HD, like we were saying
nice
before.
colors. Yeah, I can just imagine myself watching Family Guy on a shittier TV.
Yeah,
and not since it's 2020, it looks good.
Yeah. But yeah, kids, we used to watch that shit on box television sets. I used to watch Family Guy at my grandma's house on like TBS reruns and shit like that at like 5 or 6 o'clock.
Nice.
But what was I gonna say? I'm sorry, I just had I was gonna say something. I know what I'm gonna say, but another cutaway jumped into my head because we're like talking about it. I'm thinking about the one of Stewie on like his plantation with rocking back in the rocket chair. I don't know why. This is stupid shit that lives in my brain.
Yeah.
But no, I was gonna say that we wanted to watch a brand new episode of Family Guy, and we looked through some options from the season, and we decided to. There was one title that really caught our attention called Cutaway Land, and the description of the title is essentially Peter and Lois accidentally set up a cutaway at the exact same time, which triggers like an anomaly that sends them to a reality where all of their cutaways like exist. Yeah, essentially. Mm-hmm. Very crazy meta episode.
Which, by the way, in hindsight, always my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Or my favorite jokes when they would get meta, or when they would come in and do a callback to some type of thing. It would always work. One of my favorites is Road to the Multiverse. Too.
Oh, that's a really great episode.
And it's because there's that creativity.
It's a wonderful day for pie.
Oh my God.
Great.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, much like Back to the Pilot, the episode where they go back to the first episode. Mm-hmm. This episode, Cutaway Land, actually makes 3 references to 3 older episodes of Family Guy, which is really cool. They make a direct reference to the first ever Cutaway, which is the one of Adolf Hitler in the gym, where he's all skinny, and then there's the buff Jewish guy, and then he's like looks at him, and he's like, "Urgh." There's that one. They go back to the whole "You Have AIDS" song. Yeah, and they hear it play. Yeah, and Peter's even like, "Wow, that one didn't age so well," or whatever. And then they also go back to arguably one of my favorite cutaways of all time, Robert Loggia, which is great.
At the airport.
And then Peter's literally like, "Oh wait, this takes a long time."
Yeah.
Consensus? I loved it.
I was so surprised how good it was.
Even like aside from all that cutaway shit, I thought some of the jokes in the earlier part of the episode were hilarious.
I thought the whole beginning was amazing.
Like on the beach, right?
The beach. Like, there is this joke that they do twice. I don't think they should have done it twice.
I know what you're talking about.
But there is a joke, and for someone who went to the beach a lot, Lois goes, "I'm gonna go throw this thing out in the garbage can. I'll be back in 45 minutes," because the garbage can is always at the other side of the fucking beach.
The best part is it cuts to that shot of Lois like slowly walking to the trash can. for like how long is it? Like 30 seconds?
It's a bit less, and then her things blows away, and then you see her like go hunt for it. It's like, wow, they really
do it
did
again
that.
at the end of the episode. I thought that was great. I also thought the joke at the beginning where Lois is like, hold on, I have to change into my one-piece bathing suit that turns into shorts. After you turn 40, that's just every swimsuit every woman wears or something like that. It was like so stupid.
True though.
Yeah, right. Oh, there's that joke about Lois has no ears.
Yeah. Oh my God, I did not expect.
So
I was like,
wait,
what?
You just see like Lois's side,
and
of the head
he does
no
it again.
ears.
He does it. And
Yeah,
he
yeah,
moves
yeah.
it. I'm like,
yeah, I don't know.
Thought you had ears.
That episode proved to me that I don't know. Family Guy still has some more fire left in it.
And I think that just even the concept of the episode worked, and then it gets to the point where they go to all these different cutaways.
Yeah.
All of which are really good. One is in Tom Brady's locker.
Yeah.
Which they end up in twice.
Yep. What I was gonna say that I thought was pretty interesting watching the show is you know what I think helps it in the fact that we like it a lot, just kind of like where humor and more specifically our sense of humor is these days.
Yeah.
With the shit that we look in our chat, we could watch like the most random video that makes no sense, like a guy dancing to some song he shouldn't be dancing to, and then he disappears from the video, but we crack up about it.
All of those are great.
Because nowadays the most random, most absurdist thing just makes us laugh. And I think that works perfectly for a show like Family Guy.
Where it's a lot of random stuff.
Yeah, it's like, weirdly enough, you could say that it's coming back again because that's just kind of like the wave, you know what I'm saying?
It's the type of humor that people like.
You could argue that style of humor wasn't around for that period of time, that we weren't kind of there for it. But now, I like I said before, I'm really interested to go back and see how it fluctuates.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see what like a season 16 episode looks like.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I want to see one from back then.
Yeah, I kind of want to see an episode like right after I stopped watching.
Yeah, I want to see
like what was it that got me to kind of like.
I want to see like a 2016.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You know,
yeah, exactly.
Because I didn't watch it then. It wasn't even on my radar. I was like, I would see like a thing. It's like tonight at 9, it's on, and I'm like,
yeah, whatever.
Because I still watched like Bob's Burgers.
Yeah. So
like it'd be on after that, and I'd be like.
I never watched that show.
That's good.
No, I've heard great things.
Yeah,
and every scene that I see from it is great.
It has good and bad episodes for sure, but there's some iconic episodes of that. And also, I like it because the guy who did that originally did Home Movies.
Yeah,
and that's one of my favorite shows.
And before we break from talking about this Cutaway Land episode, I love the joke. There's like a really weird. First of all, there's two really weird jokes that I love. Where there's like the whole joke the whole aspect of how Peter and Lois end up in the cutaway thing is the whole beginning of the episode is they're trying to get away from the kids to get like alone time to like have sex or make out or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's like a part where they're finally like alone in the living room and they're about to do it. And then they start hearing something, and then they're like, "Is that a really fun family dishwashing scene?"
Yes.
And then in the living room is the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
And the kids are all dancing and like washing the dishes. Brian even helps. And then it cuts to like Stewie in a different room, and Stewie like acknowledges that it's an insert shot because it's hard to film children. And it's like,
and he's
so
like cleaning
stupid.
his own little dish.
Yeah. And they cut back to that joke again too. But the other one that I really liked was the fact that after Peter and Lois disappear, Meg and Chris want to throw a party at the house, but then they disappear. And their principal comes and ends up throwing a principal party,
and they keep walking in.
Yeah.
And there's a 35
it's
principals.
Like a bunch of like 50-year-old principals just having like a normal.
And there is probably the best joke when they get back, and he's like, "Hey, can I get a LaCroix?"
Yeah.
And it's like pamplemousse, and it's like if they have it, and I'm like, what? Are they just saying that every principal drinks seltzer water? Which is true, they do.
True, absolutely.
But I'm like, oh, that's incredible, and they're all fat. It's like, oh, it's impeccable.
Yeah, I love that joke a lot. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that brings me to our last little not our last part of the show, but our last thing to kind of my last question to you though.
Introspective, pondering question.
Final thought
for the future,
if you will, for our topic this
conclusion.
week. Yes.
Therefore, furthermore, moreover.
You lost me. I'm gone. Yeah.
Are these essay transition words getting to you?
My question. Yes, definitely.
Thus.
Autonomous. My final question to you, Dylan, is
yes.
Do you think Family Guy will stand the test of tides? Is that what
time?
Time. What the fuck am I even talking about?
This
is a bad episode for me, man.
The test of.
This is arguably the most.
Will it stand on testicles?
This is arguably the most prepared and set up episode we've done in a long time, and I can't say a damn word. There practically could be a script glued to that wall, and
can we have a teleprompter?
So because we write our podcast,
we need a like if we but like we structure it in like 15-minute segments or whatever, right? And then a buzzer will go off, and then it will shock us under the table.
like, oh shit, we've been talking about this
so like
so I ran a little too topical maybe, but yeah, like I said, do you think Family Guy will stand the test of time? And
year.
And do you think it'll be kind of like The Simpsons? Do you think it'll be around for decades to come?
I think that Seth MacFarlane will pull the plug at some point, you know? I think that he should, maybe, but I don't know. I feel like, because The Simpsons isn't really good now. And now that I've seen a Family Guy episode that was good recently, it makes me think that, maybe it's just what I like, what type of humor I like. But I think it'll be around for a while. Yeah. But I think that maybe it's 5 more years, 10 more years. Yeah. I think you'll stop it though.
I think it's still got a while to go.
It can.
I don't know. Like I said earlier with the humor thing, like that helps a lot too. But also the show just thrives on like making fun of what is around at the time.
Yes.
Another interesting point I really wanted to.
But also not, because they can also go back and joke about stuff from like the early 2000s late 2000s episode.
But like what I wanted to say earlier, and I'm glad I'm mentioning this now before we end this episode, because it was one of the things that I like to talk about a lot when I mention Family Guy, is you actually like get to see a lot of history through Family Guy.
Very true.
Which is cool for 2 aspects. One, because like I mentioned before, the show's it's been around for a long time. It's been around for 21 years.
Yeah, 1999.
But 2, it's our history. We were alive for that. So you go back and you watch these episodes and they reference things that even I'm like, I forgot about that. Or I was around for that. Or I remember that. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I can't watch other shows.
Yeah.
Because even shows that I watched from back then aren't like Family Guy.
No, they don't even reference it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like its own world, probably.
And 2, any shows that did, I wasn't really around for, you know? So it's just interesting that that's kind of like our version of thing. It's like a weird... It's a comedy show. It's an adult comedy, animated, blah, blah, blah. But it's also weirdly a collection of history.
Are you saying it's a historical record?
I think it low-key is.
Yeah.
It might be.
There's
even a joke, I think, in a Family Guy episode where they're like, it's like the long lost future 3000, and they're in like a dilapidated museum with like statues of people from Family Guy. They're like talking about the past or whatever. Like that'll be it.
Yeah. It's like, oh wow, they mimicked this and this thing.
It'll be exactly like that.
Because South Park does that, but this isn't the South Park
Another
episode.
show that's been around for a crazy long time.
You've seen 6 Days to Air, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of my favorites. That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one of the best writers for South Park. If we could just talk about the writing real quick.
Yeah.
Bill Hader wrote on South Park, which is really cool. I also would like to give credit to the Family Guy writers. Almost every episode is written by a different head writer. Mm-hmm. And then they do their own thing, and then they go into the writer's room and then kind of hash it out.
And it's crazy how they still manage to make them cohesive. Like, it doesn't feel like a Looney Tunes cartoon where you can easily tell when they're all different and shit like that.
And
like
and apparently they all have their different vibes. They have their different things they like and dislike in an episode. Yeah. But then you don't notice it because by the time it gets to that point, it's already a full fleshed out episode.
Kind of reminds me of The Office.
Yeah.
And how that's filmed or directed too. How like I said, it still flows together, but every episode is directed or written by like a different person.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, it's good to do. I like that.
No, yeah, I love that whole aspect.
Yeah.
Hopefully, in some future, I can be part of that. Yeah.
Writing school.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Love it.
But then I never really know, at least they give credit, like they'll, at the bottom, there's always like the credits and they say who worked on what. Yeah. I think that's also really cool so that you can like put a name to it. Mm-hmm. Shout outs to Cherry Trevor Dom.
You gonna try? Chevy Chummer. Yeah, I know. I can't.
Yeah, that's a long one.
That is a really big, that's a definite long one. So yeah, you think it's gonna be around for a while? What do you think? We got at least more 10 more years.
I would say 10 years.
10 years?
Because I would say The Simpsons might end at some point too, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, right. That's
been on forever.
That show might outlive us.
Oh my god, they're still doing it.
Yeah,
the year 2100.
Yeah, Well, yeah, it's getting to that final part of the episode, my friend Dylan, where we give our musico recommendacionos.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
You don't have one?
I mean, I do.
I mean, you're getting to it. I can go on with mine.
Yeah.
So I had a couple that I was digging through the old jams playlist.
Yes.
A lot of them were cool beats and like, rap stuff.
Ooh.
And then I came to the senses where I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a Family Guy one, right? Then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll pick an actual song.
I had that idea.
Right.
I had I could do "Bird Is the Word."
Right.
There's other artists that have songs called "Bird Is the Word."
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking at
So
first.
I was thinking on the lines like that. Mm-hmm. But I came to the realization that I actually have a song on the jams that is sung by none other than Seth MacFarlane. So why not just give tribute to the man himself? And my jam of the week is The Things We Did Last Summer, but Seth MacFarlane's rendition. It's like one of those really old Rat Pack 1940s songs that like everybody sang. Like Frank Sinatra sang it, Dean Martin sang it. They all have different interpretations of it. So he has one too.
Are you serious? He actually has that?
He has it, yeah. It's in his album. And I actually heard it for the first time in Family Guy. Yeah. I think it's... I don't remember if it's the episode where Brian swoons Lois and like in Martha's Vineyard. It might be that, and then it's like a bunch of stuff while that song plays. I think if it's not that episode, it's the episode where he meets the girl that cheats on him with Cleveland. Okay. But I don't think it's that one. I'm pretty sure it's the Lois.
And is this on like a Family Guy album? Is this on Seth MacFarlane's album?
It's on Seth MacFarlane's album. Yeah.
Is it a single?
I'll look it up for you right now.
Okay, please do.
The Things We Did Last Summer right here. I just don't want to play the song.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Hold on. Let's do one of these under the table. Perfect.
I am going to say my yam of the week is Honeyberry by Pierre.
Cool.
Very cool
song. What kind of song is that?
Very slow, hip-hop, vibey. Fell asleep to it.
Fire. Yes, the song is The Things We Did Last Summer by Seth MacFarlane off of his album Once in a While.
Oh, shit. That looks mad good.
Yeah, so that's the
That'll be on screen. Look how beautiful that fucking album is.
So that's the jam and the yam of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Right there for you. Make sure to go ahead and comment down below, like we said before, your favorite Family Guy jokes and episodes. But as I was thinking about
Cutaway.
I'm sorry, yes, jokes and cutaways. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, honestly, write whatever.
Who are we?
Threaten us with physical violence.
Who's Dylan to tell you what to do?
Threaten us.
I was also gonna say while we were talking about that, I thought it might be interesting if you have a comment for a recommendation or a thought of another show,
any game that you think would be good.
To this, we have lots of thoughts and opinions on a lot of things, and we can definitely sit and talk about them for a long time. And we'd love to hear what you guys.
We do a 24-hour live stream. But
I don't know about that.
I could do it.
Dylan's speaking for me.
It wouldn't be good.
Maybe we could do like shifts. You know what I mean? Like I'll come in for a 12-hour.
It'll be tag team. It'll be tag team.
Yeah, tag out, and then you and Joey
we'll get guests.
Jerry can fucking.
We'll get people on webcam.
Oh, man.
We'll get sketches to cut in and out. I'm hyping that up, a thing that we're not doing because that sucks.
Shut up. Don't do that. Maybe there's potential there, but
no,
there's
not.
There's not. Not yet. Oh, Dylan's like, we're filming a whole fucking blockbuster film.
We
got Harrison Ford on.
Anthology.
An anthology film series. We have David Fincher directing one part and Quentin Tarantino directing another. Don't ask us how we were able to get them. But it's incredible. It's going to be fantastic. No, like we said, go ahead and leave a comment if there's something you want to hear us talk about. A TV show, a movie, a game, an artist. We would love to hash it out.
Road to 500.
Road to 500, baby. I think we're still in the 220s or something like that. But we're back in it. We're going down. We took
a little bit of a drift turn. Missed our exit.
We're back on the course. We're back
we transferred to it.
We're back like a bag on the I-95, baby.
Oh,
and we're making it.
I've read people were just as confused as me with that.
Were they?
Yeah, they were just like, huh?
Good to know. just wanted to try that one out. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. We super appreciate it. And yeah, any last words though?
Yeah.
Really, that's what you're gonna end it on?
I love Peter Griffin, bro. Peter Griffin for president.
That was actually not that bad.
That was a pretty good one.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cutaway Twitty.